I think. I don't know if she'll all come back. Wow. I might have to give it a few minutes. But anyway, I'm going to try one last time. Do it. Let's try one last time. Oh, somebody gave me hearts, which is great. Thank you. If you wouldn't mind saying hi to somebody, that would be great. I have zero idea what's going on. That's good. Yeah, well, third time lucky star, we'll see. I was talking numbers, you see, I start talking. I don't know. Maybe I need the willow pentagon you made. But we can only try again. I wonder how long it is before it's clicking off. I know people have had this problem before in jewelry sales. I've seen people getting kicked out. So they just don't like people having a good time. That's what it is. So I am working. I'm just going to repeat myself real quick. Hey, Candy. Yeah, I'm going to try it one more time. I really appreciate the gems in the last one. They'll still go to me. So I really appreciate it. I actually turned the phone off completely, restarted it, which in turn turned off, YouTube, and then restarted YouTube. And I've had to redo the description each time, redo the title, and we'll see if it works or not. So I do have to repeat some of the stuff that we've been over already, just because some people do not know what's going on, and I am working on a piece of fire agate. I had already split the back off. Yeah, actually you did really well at it, so I thought you'd been doing it for a while, to be honest. So I don't know if you're like Freckle Cat in that you do knitting and crocheting and all that kind of stuff anyway. But yeah, I was actually really impressed. You got all the angles down, you were weaving it back and forth exactly how it was meant to be, and it looked like you were a pro. And then that's why I thought of Pendle Hill. Natural ability. Just cleaning up the back here. Hi everybody. Alright, round 3. What was I talking about? I was talking about numbers, so talking of 3. So 3, 6, and 9 are the new coding numbers, but that's not really what it is. So I did hit 21 subscribers, 2100, and so I hit 2100, and I went back in my analytics just to see how many I had this time last year. So I did the analytics for 365 days, which I think came out to 1,887 in the last 365 days. And then I did the analytics for a lifetime of the channel, and it came up as 2,097, even though it was 2,100. So when you subtracted one from the other, the 1,887 from the 2097, it came out to 210. So I just thought it was odd that This time last year I had 210, and really all you had to do is add a 0 to get to where I am today. Funky, funky, funky. You know what, Sandy? I honestly, I don't set too many real goals on this channel. Like, I mean, other than the one that you just helped me with, that's really nice of you, very kind. But I mean, I'm not like, okay, in 6 more months I want to be at 3,000 or 5,000, I don't know. I'm a very much a no agenda person when I'm off of work. Even if we do weekends, which we do have to do a weekend again soon, maybe next weekend. But even then, we don't have agendas. We might say, hey, we're going to go here, but we really just get in the car and go. and then having Frecklecat as my navigator, you could end up anywhere. What, Sandy? Dude? You're going in the books, Candy. Very kind. And maybe a few others will come in. I don't know. That's what they were talking about. The last class that I took for the boot camp was about revenues. And I'm scared to talk about it now. We've gone out twice, so I don't know if I should even talk about it. It was really beneficial. No, it really was, actually. But, you know, there's a lot of people that do shopping and tag things, and I don't know what we tag on here. Maybe some nail varnish needed, or something, hardener, cleaner. Maybe that's it. Maybe I need like a mechanic's hand cleaner stuff with, got that sand grit in there. Alright, so I got halfway. This is what we were trying to, or I was trying to get out, but you were coming along for the ride. Kind of flex shot. Cool. Trying to think the best way to do it. Honestly, the best way to do it is very similar to what that Opal guy does. And you take your metal burr. Got mine's here. So I have mine. I actually just put the battery in today. So Candy, you asked the question, and you were very kind to. So I had this that's in there right now, but that was just for taking out some solder from an empty setting. But if you do what Tog is in here. But I think the easiest way probably is to put your Dremel into a vise. Because then at least you have something that you can go, and as long as you're not trying to do a stone that's that thick, you should be able to go around and use the cylinder piece, the cylinder metal burr with diamond burr. That's probably the best way, I think, to do it. Because then you've got something firm to actually go on. And if I guess if you really wanted, they also have little cone-shaped metal sintered burrs as well. So that would give you some sort of angle on it there, and you could also use it that way and just push it down on the Dremel head like that. Who knows? We might be one day just hitting the clicker and I'll end up in Lancashire or something. You never know. Why am I losing so much water? So on here, for the girdle, I do it 2 ways. There's 3 ways, really. There's this way at an angle. There is also... So I like to do it with the top of the stone facing up, and to do it with the top of the faced up, you have to go below the center of the wheel, and then it naturally gives you an angle, because it's taking less out on the bottom of it as it goes from the middle to the bottom. It gives you that natural angle. And actually, I don't use it, but I have one. I got everything like I knew what was coming today. I think this is something like this. So you can go underneath it like that. From underneath, this is actually a down Pacific. I told you which way to do it. This way up. And you can go above it too. So that way I'm above the center of the stone, but if you're going to be this way up, you have to do it with the bottom in the air. I know that doesn't help you when you've got a Dremel. Another way you could do it is just to get a grinding wheel and get like an aluminum oxide wheel, and just get your angle started on a regular grinder. Just don't put your fingers on it, that's all. Because really you just need the initial angle on the girdle. And then with a Dremel you have to take your pen, you put your stone down flat, and you got to draw an even line all the way around your stone, so that you know exactly where you're headed with your I don't know if I know the brace. Got a good shape there. Not a perfect oval. Now what I'm hoping to do is, at the top of my girdle, I'm going to do a 45 degree, and hopefully this will blend out right there. Hopefully. If not, then I'm going to have to bring it in a little bit more. So let's see what we got. So I'm doing 45 degrees and rolling it clockwise as I do it, trying to get about the same height on the girdle to where the bottom of my 45 degree is. Yeah, so the grinder I bought, it was a harbor grinder that I got. It had the adjustable speed, and it goes from, I think, 2,000 to 3,400. So 2,000 is pretty quick. This is only 1,750 or 1,800. And then, so that almost came out. Just a tiny little pippin right there. Sorry, just had Pippin come to my head, and I'm like, why did I just call it a Pippin? And then I went off on a tangent to figure out where I knew Pippin from, and of course it's the Hobbit. Don't know where the Hobbit came from in my brain. Alright, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to go on to this next reel. I'm going to put sparkles on soon, Candy. You keep doing it, then Freckle Cat's going to come out and cover me in glitter. We try best not to use too much glitter anymore. In the bottom. Be careful of going too low on this because it'll make it disappear completely. So, let's go around. So yeah, because of that fire, we've been hearing sirens for the last 4 or 5 days too. But they did a good job putting it out. Like forestry was there really quick. It was right next to our electrical power plant, or at least their main offices, not the actual power plant. So that was a little worrying. So, Candy, I go to a lot of the motors I have are from estate sales. And while everybody else is heading to artwork and glassware and all the other stuff, there will be people that head to the garage or the shed. Usually they go into the old tools. And quite often you can find old motors that work well. And I imagine if I wanted to, the only thing I wouldn't have, I have the same with my polishing wheels. I could probably put 2 of these, one on each side on that, as long as I put the right spaces in between and locked it up. Even though it's a 5/8, you just get some little inserts that bring you up to 1 inch. Alright. It's a little cloudy up there. Welcome in, everybody. And yeah, and hitting that 2100, I want everybody to know thank you for that. But then I also appreciate people that subscribe, don't necessarily come into chat. There's been quite a few in my comments lately that are new people. And as much as I appreciate people coming in the chat, it's fine and dandy with me if you just come along to watch and hang out. I really appreciate it. And in this house, it's got to the point where these noises these sounds are very normal to us, in fact. If I would be watching somebody else, I'd be watching Dave or somebody, or even Chubby Hubby, and the sounds are so familiar that they're almost comforting to us. So. All right. Whew. I wish that one come out a little bit more, but I think that's going to be it up there. Look at that. That's pretty. Uh-oh. Dragon face. That's a pretty stone. Alright, that's good on those 3 wheels. What's next? Candy? Really up to you. I have another piece of fire agate. I've got the bloodstone. I got this opal. I think it's probably too sandy and there's probably nothing in it, but you never know. And it's got to be tested. Or we have a piece of Sam's material, which is really nice. And we could try one of the amethyst pieces, see if there's anything worth saving inside. Which piece did Steven take? Steve, what piece was it? I didn't see it. I know you guys were joking about it. But... Oh, the sand piece? The blue one. This one? Oh, you meant this one. That one? This one's not ready. I found something in there. I got to really investigate it. So it's this one, or this one, or the amethyst. So let's say A, B, and C. This one. This one. Gotcha. Let's do this one then. Let's make sure I don't have any crevices in here. I don't. We're just going to do... Well, let's see what it decides. This one's going to get a little mucky, of course. I think I'm going to have a start a Let's Get Mucky series. Yeah, this stuff's great. This is Sam. In fact, they are doing a sale from Kansas this weekend. I have no idea which day or what time. And it's going to be on Dave's channel, Lapidary Dave. So please go subscribe to Dave if you haven't already. I know most of you have. But they are doing a sale with Sam. It would be very cool. So we could call it Dino. Oh geez, look at that. Alright. Gonna save my names on this one. But yeah, they're doing a sale. So Sam, I don't know what he's gonna have. He's probably gonna have turquoise. He'll have some of this block material. He sells a lot of the rough material that he doesn't end up using in the block. It's not going well. I was so organized today, and now there's 2 streams going down. And yeah. That's one on. Let's see if I can get the other one on. Now I feel disorganized, even though I was very organized to begin with. Which is why I tend to like to do no agenda. I think I've got to get some kitchen gloves or something. Oops, it's not working. You see what I look like right now? Really? Right. Don't put wet gloves on a wet hand, right? That's fun. Yeah, so he'll have, so the green in here is usually a mix of gaspiite and turquoise. And that's true. And sometimes it's gibbsite. So the gibbsite is a human-made turquoise, but the same formula as natural turquoise. And then Gaspiite is actually mostly from Canada. I think they have a little bit in Australia. And I'm not sure about Mexico. That's good. Going. Now you can see why I put the gloves on. Gloves, and I have an apron on, and glasses, and got my safety gear going. And a little extra water. There we go. Super safe. So, I don't know if you've seen Candy, but I use a tile saw that I got from Arbor. It's a little bit dangerous, but because it has a much faster RPM on it, but you kind of get the hang of it eventually. And right now I've got the really thin blade on it, which is a little less safe. But you can get like a, what is it, an MK blade at Harbor Freight as well, or even at Lowe's or Home Depot, wherever you want. And you can get the ones that have the sintered edge to it, and it won't cut your fingers, even at that speed. Now the only thing about using that sort of blade is what they call the kerf, which I think it's KIRF. So the kerf is a little bit thicker, so each time you cut through it, yeah. Well, I hope I'm not faking myself out by doing the cuts that I've done lately, because I've done pretty nice cuts lately, and they've been on pretty thin stone. So I think as long as I don't get too sloppy. It's what makes it makes life more interesting, doesn't it? I mean, as long as I got a few fingers left, I'll be alright. I do not condone unsafe practices. So always wear your PPE. Alright, well, that's kind of the shape we're doing. I actually like the zoning on this. Have a look on the other side. I definitely like this side better, I think. Everybody with me on that? I think so. Of course, my angle's the other side. Dang it. Well, talking so much that I did my girdle the wrong way there. getting a little small, okay, I have to change my angle on my girdle. There we go. Yeah, and I'm on an 80 grit, but it's a well-worn 80 grit. I tried putting on, I actually have a 80 grit hex wheel, but I tried putting it on. It's pretty heavy. But for some reason, I think the inside of the wheel is a little bit smaller than the 1 inch. So it's probably 200 millimeters, which means it's probably from another country. And so when they do 200 millimeters, it's a little bit smaller than a full inch, I believe. Alright, I'm going to do this. So I still got that little side, that's the outside of the brick right there. Let's take that off real quick. So yeah, I'm sure Sam will be selling some of these cabs. If you can't make it to the sale, he does sell on Etsy. And it is Specialty Cabs and Blocks on Etsy, all words. Yes, it is. So it's got a little bit better because I've taken off the outside of the brick. The outside of the brick is the blackest. But yes, the webbing on this, it's an acrylic, a black acrylic that holds it all together. And then it's pressurized at very high pressure. And so yes, now it's not like water soluble or anything like that where it gets, it wipes off when you get it wet. It's just because I'm grinding it. Now we're going to do the 45. But I do have quite a few t-shirts and things where I've got little black spots all over it. I am pretty much in the same boat, Todd, right now. I mean, I have lots of material, probably too much material that I need to get through. I'm really looking forward to showing you guys. There's a few things I haven't brought out yet. But some of them are going to be part of the Mucky series. So really this stone should probably be part of the Mucky series. So I've got some boulder opal to do, I've got some Nakazari to do, and the Nakazari has a lot of pyrite in it, so it's going to be this color. And the boulder opal, obviously, the ironstone is basically a rust almost. And so it can get pretty dirty. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Candy. I hope I didn't miss anybody else. I know Candy has been, that's really kind of you. Yeah, all those help. So the little hearts and confettis and smiley googly faces in the corner help. The super chats help. The gems help a lot. If anybody didn't know, so I think the gems are like 1 cent each. One gem is 1 cent. I think that's what it is. So then you can go to the menu and choose whichever like emoji you like there, or whatever sort of gift you want to send out. Hey Laura, you caught me at a really clean time. Yeah, you haven't seen this yet, so take a peek at this. Oh, look at that. This is courtesy of Sam, but really it's courtesy of Candy Cane. He's the one that chose to do this particular material right now. Very nice, actually. Working out pretty good. Let's go over here. Shoop. Moving over. Laura, I really appreciate you being in here. Or is it Laura and... No, it's probably Laura Newstall. Yeah, welcome in. Nice of you to be, at least say hi in the chat. Like I was saying, we have a lot of people that like to just come watch. They are subscribed. I'd love for them to say hi from time to time and just do a quick wave. But it's not a necessity. I'm just happy that so many people come in to say hi and watch and maybe learn a little something. And if you see something you think I could improve or do better at, let me know. I am always up for criticism. Unless you're Freckle Cat. Turned out nice shape too. Got a little bit of pitting down this bottom corner, so I'm going to take that out. And what a start to the evening. So right now we're going, what are we at? 37. So I'm looking at the time. So hopefully they don't kick us out again. I'm hitting 1 for 2 right now, or 1 for 3. Alright, and then Steve's favorite move. So he might be taking care of the kids and dinner right now. Do a little bit of the pull out. So I'm just drawing it from the middle, pulling out to the outside edge, and turning the stone as I do it. This material is not giving off any scent that I can smell right now. Even though I know it's an acrylic, this is not giving off any. This particular one isn't. Some of them do, but this one is not. And I don't know what the difference is between the ones that do smell and which ones don't. Wow, look at that. That's gorgeous. Nice choice, Kane. There's a couple of little facets up here on the top, but you can't see because of my saggy gloves. Just up the top, there's a couple little facets up there, but they're better off to come on the soft wheel, because on the soft wheel, soft wheel, it helps round it out without being so abrupt. So metal to material is pretty aggressive, and you end up with facets. Me pushing in on this helps. The wheel actually naturally rounds in a little bit, and that helps with rounding off too. Which then in turn helps with the dome. Let's just get rid of those facets. The same thing. In the middle of the dome, pulling it out and actually getting lighter as I get to the edge, and then slowly turning it around. I better take a picture of this one. One of the features that I haven't seen, I don't know if it's, I haven't asked yet, but I haven't seen the clip feature that you normally get on videos or on content. Normally there's a clip. You can take a clip of somebody else's, or you can take a clip of your own, and I don't see that anymore. So it used to help me with uploading shorts and stuff like that. Did you just come back from dinner? Yes, sir, you were mentioned. Pretty. It's got a little saw mark, so the saw mark on the back there has to come out. Going to push fairly hard on this wheel. Let me go back one. Just a little bit. Almost there. So yeah, I like to do the backs as well. Never know who's going to own the stone, so never know if they're going to open set it, if they're going to wire wrap it, or even if they're going to put a back plate on it. So this gives whoever uses it in a piece of jewelry or whatever it is they're using it for, all the options. Okay. Looking good. Let me just check my girdle here. A little high right there. A little high right there. And that's nicely blended on that side. So let's blend this in all the way around. Like that. So just putting a sort of blending ring around the stone between the girdle and the dome, just to smooth it out a little bit. So I've got enough height. And I hate wearing gloves. Did I say that out loud? I did. It interferes with the feeling that I get when I'm cutting. And a lot of it is about feel. Alright, so back, no more line in there. Oh, maybe a little bit right there. Get that out. This is done for 3 wheels. Beautiful piece. You ready for this, Candy? Let me write it down real quick. Hopefully. Not that this was going to be part of it, but find something. So I'm looking for something to write on. Try this nice dirty envelope. Candy, if you're there. pack this up. Email me. And don't know why, I'm feeling generous. This is for you. So I will send this to you. Pretty piece. Appreciate all your support. So if you don't see that, I'll try and reach out to you through comments, because you're always commenting on my channel. And yeah, thank you. Yeah, Chris, I mean, I don't know why. Candy's been kind enough for the last couple of lives, and I don't know, hit 2100, I don't know. Feeling generous. So yeah, gorgeous piece. So yeah, if I don't get it back from you in the email, I will reach out to you in one of the comments somewhere else. And yeah, go ahead. I'll get this finished up for you. And maybe we'll finish it up Sunday, so I can finish up the content on it. And then this is yours. So there you go. Put it somewhere safe too. Don't lose it. Had a good week. What's next? I think we're gonna try. Let's see. Let me see what's inside of this. Let's turn off all the lights. Don't get all feely, people. I'm turning the lights off. Trying to see if there's any big fractures in there, but I don't really see anything. Yes, amethyst. Let's see if so much. Sorry about the flash. Hope I didn't give anybody a seizure. I really don't hope so. So there we go. Yep, that's quick. Nobody can behave. So, let's go over here. Like that. I have 0. So the jeweler had a big box of these, like about maybe 4 gallons, 3 gallons of them broken up, and I didn't really take very long, but I thought maybe I'd give it a try, see how they cut, and see if it's worth cutting some more of them. So, I'm scared to do this. We're going to do it though. I need to clean this water out. I'm praying. If you only saw what I just did. So I just pulled the top off, and all that black just sprayed. I went up and down my apron, but it also went up and down my face. So I probably have black freckles. Well, I sort of lost my my freckles as I've got older, so I guess I just did natural freckles for the week. If I leave them on there long enough, it'll stain. So Freckle Cat will be excited. All right. Give me 2 seconds. We're going to be, well, not 2. Give me like 5 seconds. Going outside, dump this out, and we'll be right back. Man, that's a mess. That's from that one piece. Whoops. I'll be right back. Messy. I'll bring you with me, but coming back. Alright. I am back. Thank you for sticking around. I need to get a little bit of that out of there. That is messy stuff. Alright. Go back down there. Boop. Still going to be a little messy, just not as much. Let's get the top back on. Now we just pray that it starts back up again. Wow, all that mess came from one stone. Pretty amazing. Okay. Let's see, water. Yeah, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. And let's pray, otherwise I gotta undo it. We are good. Can't pray for yourself, but I can pray for the machine, right? I think. There we go. Get a bit of coffee. See if I can find that piece of amethyst again. What did I do with it? What did I do with it? Nope, there it is. I didn't want to cheat and start another one. Alright, here we go. I'm going to take this, flatten this to the bottom because it's the lighter color. A little less color, a little more quartz. And then we'll see if we can dome that over a little bit. A little bit of noise. Much cleaner than the last stone. Although the hardness of quartz, I think officially is around like a 6 or a 7. We can do this one, and then I'm just going to level off the top of the other piece. Alright. It almost has like a natural teardrop, I think. Maybe. Sure does. Not quite as high pitched as an agate or a piece of petrified wood. And you can kind of tell from the singing, as you put it, Steve, how hard your material is. Petrified wood and agate, like hard agate without quartz in it, will sing pretty high pitch. I've got the phone a little bit closer today. I guess I could bring you back and zoom you in. How about that? That sounded exciting. Not sure what that was. Check myself for holes real quick. No, I'm good. Sounded a little more like a backfire, but you never know. Alright, so a lot of that white quartzy's come off. Got a little bit more just to make it flat right there, but It's my understanding you don't really want to leave your amethyst out in the sun. Not that it's dyed, although there is dyed, but not that it's dyed, but it will slowly lose its color. Really? Now is that what they use in like lasers and stuff, Stephen? Like, is it a man-made ruby? A lab-made, I should say? Okay. Put that in. Looking for shape and trying to take all the cavernous crevasses out here. That's going to roll over a little bit. Try this. For some reason it seems to be getting, I don't know if it's getting lighter or not. I'm trying to catch the dark part at the top here, but it's pretty light on this side here. Okay. Now, was it a clear? It was completely clear, or was it sort of like that pinky color that you get from like North Carolina? So the jeweler wants me to do like star sapphires and stuff for him, and I don't think I'm up to that ability yet. So that's why I do stones like that. This is just practice of trying to figure out my zoning. Am I reading the stone correctly? Am I reading cracks correctly? And then do I have the ability to roll that over? So we've still got, see that little jagged piece right there? Okay. So a ruby is a ruby is a ruby, right? Alright, I'm going to roll this down some. We'll see how much color we lose. Doing alright though. Probably take a picture, shouldn't I? There we go. Hey Kenworth, how you doing today? Glad you can make it. Welcome into chat. Where's that line that did not exist? If that line goes all the way through. And if you like my nails look really good now. Thank you, Candy. But I don't know if that's going to come out at all or not. It might make the stone smaller, but I'm going to round off the top right now. See if I need to make this oval smaller to get the better color out of it, or if it just disappears. Wow. That's weird. I thought I saw almost like a flashing color in there. Like a little hat. They mostly behaved, which is good. What do you mean the room that I'm trying to do inside the house? I'm going to have to take some time off of work and just like give myself like 2 days or 3 days to organize everything in there. The chat is mostly behaved, few innuendos here and there, but it's rocks. Alright, I'm going to roll around these ends here. There we go. Come on. There we go. Oh, I saw a spot. To the other end. Do one more of these afterwards, but we're really just going to face one side of it. So it looks okay. And what if I take all that off? It's not crystal clear like I was hoping. Like I was hoping the middle of this would be a little clearer. Maybe it'll clean up, I don't know. Move on to the next wheel. It's not bad. I mean, that's the rough wheel right there, so. Pretty color. Hi everybody, welcome in. Yeah, right now it is. What deep purple song does it go? Yeah, what deep purple song goes with it? Or do we go Prince? Don't get me doing my Prince impression. I don't have one. So I mean, I could cut that stone like that, but you see that little, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what to call that in there, other than it's an inclusion, but it's a very light inclusion. If you want to pair drop it to that dark color. Not today though. Alright, congratulations everybody, we made it to an hour, and we are still live. It has not kicked us out again. I don't know if that was an internet glitch, or what that was. It's looking really nice actually. Bring the dome down just a little more on the edges to make it not as straight on the sides, and a little higher. A lot of my doming should go over to Opal Mills and check out. Okay, so this is where I'm getting the flash. So does everybody else see the flash? That's really odd to me. I've had some odd flashes today. Not a flasher, but look at that. So I don't know if I've ever seen that in amethyst. Has anybody seen that in amethyst before? I don't think I've ever seen a star amethyst, but that almost looks like labradorite. You think, Steve? Maybe. Maybe that right there. You might be right. I like it. The sun flashes are fooling me today. Giving that rainbow effect. I don't know. Steve might be right. It may just be like a straight inclusion. Like a McCracken. Which may be that line that goes across the top there. Alright, let's move on to the next wheel. Hi everybody, thank you for being here. If you're new, go ahead and hit the like and maybe subscribe. Go live on Thursdays, 6 o'clock, and Sundays at 2. We'd love to have you here again. Just going around the whole stone again. It's not going to come clean. Alright, wait a minute. Where I keep seeing this stuff. Maybe it's just getting too late. Eyes are playing games with me today. That smooths out really good. Dome isn't too bad. Does at least go to the middle. Right. Probably use dot stick on this at this point. Nice. Okay, well that's 3 wheels. Pretty happy with it. I was. Well, where'd it go? Yeah, there it is. Amazing how stuff can just disappear. Click. Yeah, it's I think if I really wanted to, I could. Let's turn this off now. Anyway, let's get the flashlight out. Mind your eyes. Definitely need some extra shaping up there. If I really wanted to, I could pull that dark purpley blue out. And more of a purple. Look at that. Maybe there's a smaller stone in there that's a lot cleaner. Wish it looked like that the whole time. Maybe I need to get Freckle Cat to put one of her little dollhouse LED lights. So if I put a little cylinder hole in the back, we'll put a little LED light in there. A solar flashing one, and you can put it in the dollhouse. Lady of many talents. Well, I mean, I don't know, Stephen, if I'm ever going to get to faceting. The person I bought the original Genie from did ask me if I was going to do faceting, and that's 4 or 5 years ago, and I don't think my stance has changed since then. I'm just reshaping. So that is a little off. That is a little bit better. Still off a little bit. Now I got to do the end of this dome over. Wiggle waggle. Not bad. That's better shape, huh? And where is it? The flash is right there. So it must be that inclusion. I think Steven gets 10 points today for noticing that. Anyway, pretty nice. Now, mind your eyes. think if I did faceting, I would be calling out a lot of nasty words. This, if I make a mistake, I can kind of blend it out. I make a mistake with faceting on a faceting machine, and you got to redo the whole thing. No. For this one, I like the shape of this one, and I like these little support towers on the outside here. Oh, I need to do this. There we go. So this one's much lighter. You see those little support skeletons on the outside? Skeletals? I like those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten that breakdown. And maybe flatten the bottom. Yeah. Maybe we'll do that. We'll just flatten both ends. Yep, that's what we're going to do. Here we go. Shouldn't take long. A little bit more. This is the dirty end. So this one is stop shaped, which is what you should actually look for rubies. Conundrum. I mean, not conundrum. Corundum shape. Corundum is a corundum. That just sits now. That's it. Yep, sits nice. And now I'm just going to take off the top, same thing. And try and keep these little growths that came up on the outside. Or maybe we'll angle it like that. Yeah, we'll try and angle it. That's it. A little sharp top. Alright. Just finish those up on the next 3 wheels. It'll be a nice little display piece, or it could be a nice little wire wrap. Good way to show how the outside of a piece of amethyst can form. So the top has that stop sign much nicer. And it still comes down there. It's really nice. A little bit more right there. On the bottom. Yeah, it looks really good. Hey Vod, how you doing today? Chad, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. We missed 2 startups. And I forget who it was that won $1 million. Yeah, it turned out. So there's a whole bucket of these. I think maybe I need to go get some more, but if I go get some more, he's going to wonder why I'm not cutting them for him. But, you know, if I can charge him $20 a stone, maybe I will cut them for him. I don't know, or 25. But he does like to do sort of, I guess you call it wizardry stuff, where he takes points and stuff like that and blends them into some pretty brutalistic sort of silver castings. I'll show you they're pretty cool. Sometimes it's a little messy, so not bad. Let's go up here, take a look. Sits pretty good. Yeah. Kind of like that. Ooh. Hands are almost clean again. That's good. Let's try this opal. I've been wanting to look in it. I don't think there's anything in it, but you got to try it just to find out, because you really never know. I think it's just sand. Now let's do the flashlight. Okay, mind your eyes. We're going dark. Hands to yourselves. Ooh. Not a lot of light coming through it, is there? A little bit. Not a lot though. There's a little bit there. There's a little bit of opal there. Alright, not a lot. Cover your eyes. Hands to yourselves. Now you got some far-reaching hands, Stephen. I'm just going to go around the outside. I mean, really, I don't think so, but look at all that sand like that. Never know. I've looked at it long enough that you can be like semi-excited about it, and then it's like, no, I just gotta cut it. I really don't think there's anything in it. But I mean, the blue is nice. If I could find something tucked away in the middle. Even if it's tiny. What are you doing right there? What's that? What's that? Where'd that come from? Interesting. Like a moon face. Yeah, we need something. I don't think it's in there. We can try the mind your eyes. Hands to yourselves. Did it get any better? Nope. A little bit on that top. There's a little bit over there. But not really. Eyes, sorry. Try to warn you. That black just disappeared. Yeah, I mean, I bought a big jar of this. I think this jar was probably 70 or 50 bucks. So, I've already made my money back. These are just the bigger pieces that were in there, and I'm sure they knew their opal pretty well. They knew this was sand all the way through. If I could get that would be fantastic. Let's take the top down a little bit there. Just a little piece there. It goes in about 1 millimeter too. I'm actually cutting behind that little piece of color right now. Let's see if there's any more behind it, but there's really not anything behind it. Sandy sand, it's all sand. A little bit of gray there, a little bit of teeny bit of black. Don't think there's anything in here. Yeah, I have some really nice material that I will bring out. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So it's just a big tease, but here, look, see that there? It'll be the greeny in there. Not expecting that. But it was all going to be blue. Can we get any more of that? Trickster. I could make it disappear really quick. I'm going to go back behind it to see if there's anything going this way. Hey, Mr. Bird, why are you yelling at me? Go over here. I wish I could go like, oh my goodness, look at that. I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, it's just sand and sand and more sand. And there's a little dash of color right there. Keep bringing it down this side and I don't know if I can keep that little tiny bit. It would be about this big. The nails look great. It goes all the way over there. If only I could get like 5 to 10 millimeters of this stuff, it would be great, but it's not going to happen. Bring it in. I don't even know what to do with it. So I'm just going to go through the whole stone. I think what we do is we start coming from the back side. Let's do over here. I'll go from the other side, see if any some little polyp in the middle. There is color there. That's it. It spells out of misery here. There's that color. Trying to reach that color. I'm really digging this out right here. If there was something, I'd be finding it, but it's just not. This would have gone in the sand jar already, right? Oops. Alright, I think we're done with this one. Gonna bring the back in some more. Yeah, it's really neat. It's like beautifully colored sand. Yeah, wow, that disappeared quick. Oh yeah, this sand on this end is soft. I got this one right through it. See if we can hit something. So yeah, I mean, it can go in a nice opal jar. Gives off some colors. If I could get that all over it, I'd love it. Look at that. See it see through. You can see my finger. Little flick of the wrist. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it. There's not going to be anything between here and here. It's just not going to happen. So I'll leave it. It's got a few decent colors. And it can go in a little jar somewhere with some other sandy opal. Worth a try though, you never know. So we got some little teeny weeny stone there if I wanted, I guess. Worth a try. Alright, what else have we got? Oh, something else. I could have had more opals to try. See if there's anything else in here. We started some of these and didn't find anything. So yeah, these will go with it. So that's one we did a while ago. Beginner opal. Same batch. I guess we'll give that a try. This is the same sort of stuff, so we'll give it a try. And this one, yeah, we'll open it up too, why not? If you're watching and you can hear me, please don't expect some beautiful opal to turn out of these. Very, very, very unlikely. There is black. There is sort of a cap. And you just never know, so I gotta go through them. And I'm happy you guys are here to join me while I run through them real quick. But I really am not expecting anything on these at all. Zippo. Keep bringing that in. And I'll keep checking. Nope. Roll it around. Once in a blue, blue, blue moon will you get surprised. These are put into these rough jars for a reason. And there is black. There really isn't any color. It's going to flatten out the bottom. And I'll take the top down. I do not expect to find anything. So we're going to make quick work of these. So that is the back. Now let's just take this down, see if there's anything underneath. Welcome in, everybody. We're just going through some rough opal. It doesn't really show any color, but I need to check it. Like, I'm not going to go on and sell this on to somebody else. Doop. Nothing in there. But now I know, right? So I gotta check it. Nope. Alright, nothing on that one. This one, same as that first one, got a bit more of a cap on top and less on the bottom. So, let's clean it up. I'm just going to go make that disappear. Put it on the outside really quick. There's a small line of opal, but wow, look at that sand just disappear. Just eats it up. Okay, well, there's opal, just not colorful opal. Still has a chance, I guess. Take all that soft sand in. Got opal on that side, not color. So it still has a chance, but it's getting less and less. It actually has more opal than I thought. Oh, we're going to get any. Let's take that off. This is all the sand on the bottom. Maybe you can hear it when it changes from sand to opal. Right there. and then hear the sand, or you don't hear the sand. And then you'll hear a little bit more of a high-pitched sound, and that's when the opal's hitting the wheel. So, I actually have a kernel. It's actually kerneled, which is surprising to me. Don't think it's going to turn into anything, but you can see the difference between this sand and opal. So I wish this opal color right here. I wish some of that was in this. But this is a more solid piece, so definitely worth checking. And now we're just going to sort of bring this top down, but there's no color showing on the edges, and a little dot right there. It's actually crumbling out. Opal with no flash. It's a little cracky. Look at that. So that was hiding inside of all of that. Sand critters. Alright, that's got nothing. So that's done on those. Let's break something. Let's have a look in the goodie jar. Close the end a little bit. There you go. A little bit better. I don't know where that one jumped from. Maybe we'll do that one. Let me have a look. There's a little piece. Let's do the little piece. So this stuff is pretty hard and got decent color. So let's try one of these. This one, I'm doing this piece because we don't have to cut it. Like we don't have to put it on the saw. Boom. Boom. Take a quick picture. Okay. You show mind your eyes. And doesn't look like much, right? Actually, let's see if this works. That doesn't help either. A little bit. There you go. Let me see if I can make a little stone out of that. Mind your eyes. Alright. They do have the opal denture, guys. And they do have Somebody, I don't remember which museum in Australia it's in, but there is an old miner that made some dentures, I think out of wood and opal. The first grills. This is a shell piece, so got a little bit of a natural round which I have to take out. I'm going to take out that little concave right there, which is the shape of the shell, and we're going to take a peek. Does not want to show, of course, because it's opal. Pretty nice, but I think it's going to face better from the other side there. That is clean. Now let's get the sandy side off. Let's see which side it faces better from. Taking off that top skin. It is Gubapedi. I forget which mine it is. I think it's one of the Olympic shell mines. Alright. This is very, very hard material for opal. And yeah, it does kind of face a little bit better from that side than that side. But I think we can double. I think we can do double here. So let's go on to the next one. And let's take this up. I hate losing opal. I don't know the shape I want. Don't know if I'm going to quite get it. Around. Pretty opal. That's a lot of white light on there. But look at that side. Take that off. Reorient it. Get back the wheel real quick. Alright. Now we're getting a little quiet. Wow. Now it's facing well from both sides. So, a little more potchy up there. This definitely needs to be a two-sided piece. Little splotches in there, so I need to get that out, roll that out a little bit. Roll it on the top. Get a little pull out for Steve. Straighten that up a little bit right there. We've got the sand in there. It's going to be wider down this end than the other end. That's okay. We've got sand on the other side to come out. So this is where I can maybe straighten it up a little. Not my favorite shape. Go onto this last wheel, clean it up. Ay, shoot. Shoot. Did I do it? I did. Damn it. Went off the edge of the wheel like a ding dong. Go over here. I went off the edge of the wheel and put a little line through it. So now I gotta get all that line out. So yeah, I just made it a little bit thinner than it was gonna be. I went off the edge of the wheel over there and put a little scratch right down the middle of it. About it too. So it's pretty hard material, but you put any stone, especially opal or turquoise, on the edge of your wheel and it will grind it out pretty quick. Alright. Yep. I don't mind mistakes. I really don't like doing mistakes on opal though. It's okay. It's still facing well. Got some pretty nice color in it. Still got that piece right there. Get that out. You can tell I'm tired because I'm doing this with one hand, which is when I start making mistakes. There we go. Sand out the end here. It's like a podgy pear. Okay. Some bartlett maybe? Yeah, podgy pear. Podgy pear that is double-sided. Hey everybody, thanks so much for being here today. I in a bit of a rough start having to, I don't know why it kicked us out twice, but we ended up sticking around for the third time. I guess persistence pays off sometimes. And yeah, I appreciate all you new people in here. If you are new, I go live on Thursdays and Sundays. Thursdays at 6, Sundays at 2. I put out shorts pretty much every day of the week, one a day, and occasionally put out a post and a video. So I try to keep it entertaining and also exciting in that we have some pretty eye-opening stones that I get to work on, including this little opal. And it's really fun to have you guys in chat. It really makes my evening. And yeah, thank you. And occasionally you might get lucky like Candy. Now Candy, thank you so much, Candy. I really appreciate you today and last week as well. So if you didn't hear me, go ahead and give me an email. If I don't hear from you, I will reach back out to you in a chat somewhere in a comment, and we'll let you know how to get hold of me. And then Star, we got your package off going to the UK, which is exciting because I don't have to think about it tomorrow. And Freckle Cat put a little something extra in there. Alright, we got one tiny little teeny weeny piece of sand up in the top corner there. That's going to come out. Look at those colors. Don't look at me. Just clean my nails up a little bit. But yeah, working on that other stuff is pretty dirty. So that's going to come out. Double-sided. Even pretty colors on the outside. Going to turn the light off one last time. Oh, it would help if I had the flash on. Watch out for the flash. There we go. How about that? That's not even taking any light exposure out of it, so that's a pretty piece. Very happy with that, actually. So glad we could finish off a really, really nice stone. And that's another little funky things we did today. Ooh, there we go. That's the fire agate that we started. Oh no, that's the amethyst. Boink. There we go, that's the fire agate. Look at that. That's some nice looking stuff right there. We will get to the bloodstone next time. But thank you all for tonight. I really appreciate you being here, like I said. I'll be back on Sunday. Should be going on a little adventure soon, which should be exciting, and I'm going to share that with you guys. We might just do subscriber only, and that way I don't have to worry about the trolls so much. Well, maybe I do. And Freckle Cat says hi to everybody. Toby says hi to everybody. We will see you on Sunday. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Appreciate all your support. Thank you for getting me to that 2100. And we just keep on going up. So, Candy, reach out to me. All right. Thanks, Steven. Star. That Opal guy. Kenwood, thank you. Jed, thank you. And we will see you all at Chubby Hubby. Love all you guys. Thank you. See you in the next one. In the meantime, take care of each other. Most of all, take care of yourselves. Cheers now. What happens if we do point? That's a little much. Alright. I'll see you guys. Bye.